The following portion of Showcase is sponsored by Trustice Law Group. Dividing assets in a divorce can be messy, and without the right legal team, you may not get your fair share. So joining us from Trustice Law Group is Shameka Rhoades, CEO and Managing Attorney, to tell us what's important for you to know. Shameka, what do most people not realize about how Virginia divides money, property, and assets in divorce?
Well, most people think if I paid for it, then it comes with me. So, for example, if there's a husband and wife may stay home, husband works, and they bought the house and it's in his name, he thinks it's mine, I get to keep it, but that's not how it works. Virginia does what's called equitable distribution. That does not mean they equally share in things. It just means the court will divide it based on what it thinks is fair, based on the factors that it uses.
So it doesn't matter whose name is on what pieces of property necessarily?
Not if it was purchased during the marriage. If it was purchased during the marriage, whether it has one spouse's name or both spouses' name, it is marital property.
Okay, that's good to know because a lot of people do not realize that.
They don't.
Now, how do you know if something is marital property versus separate property in Virginia?
So Virginia has a law that presupposes that if it was purchased during the marriage, that it is marital property. Now, there are exceptions, and you can provide evidence to those exceptions, but they start out saying if you bought it during the marriage, it's marital.
Okay. That's a big one,
yes.
I think, as well. How about how the court handles retirement accounts or businesses, or even on the opposite side of that, the debt for someone?
So the debt works the same way. If it was incurred during the marriage for the marriage, then it is a marital debt. So if someone ran up a credit card to buy themselves something that was outside of the family and didn't benefit the family, that might be considered separate. But for the most part, if it was a credit card for groceries or furniture for the house, it would be considered marital. Now for retirement, the court will look at retirement contributions from the date of marriage until the date of separation. So if someone had a retirement account prior to marriage, when they started making contributions the date of their marriage, that started the marital portion of it. And when they made contributions up until the date of separation, that portion is their marital portion versus the other parts that are outside are separate. So it becomes a hybrid.
Gotcha.
Item. Yes.
And let's talk about spousal support, because I think that's something that people hear that term all the time, but not really positive what that means. Who qualifies for spousal support?
So it depends, because it's usually the spouse who's making less money in the marriage. And most people call it alimony, but in Virginia it's called spousal support. And so the court uses factors. They use factors for everything. They use factors to determine whether someone's going to get spousal support, and if so, how much. I mean, they look at sort of if one person went to school and the other person paid for it, or if both parties are working, or if one person stayed home, if they have like a special needs child and someone's staying home to take care of that child.
Right.
The court looks at all of that to determine whether the person making more money should give the other person like a monthly stipend.
Okay, so is there anything we would need to be doing now? Like if someone thought that this was a direction they might be heading, what do they need to do to protect their financial future?
Well, if you have a family where one spouse is staying home and the spouse who's working thinks I'm going to be filing for divorce, you know, kind of making that situation where the other party's not staying home anymore, or that they're working, even if they're working part-time, so that you're not the sole provider for the family.
So thinking ahead for the future as well. This has been some fantastic advice, and if you want to learn more about Trustice Law Group, you can easily scan that QR code on your screen right now to schedule your consultation. You can also follow online at trustice.us, go on their social media, or give them a call at 804-570-1827. Thank you so much, Shameka. We appreciate this. And the preceding portion of Showcase was sponsored by Trustice Law Group.